Hey everybody, welcome to the 5 Leagues from the Borderlands adventure. We're back with Packard Dayne's company as they continue to explore the undead menace lurking around Boar's Hearth in the Nine Finger Mountains. And we're catching up with them after having cleared a sort of like bandit encampment along the farm country near Boar's Hearth and discovering a quest giver. Which means we're going to take 2 campaign turns today. We're going to quickly go do like a our what's happened the morning of in Boar's Hearth, and then go see what this quest giver has to offer. Which means we're basically picking up keep twice, but we're flush with cash, having gotten tons of loot from this previous encounter. So let's see what's going on with the warband and get this underway. So here is Dayne's company as it stands. Dayne there, having gotten duffed up a little bit last game, he survived with some healing help from Lucian. Lots of people leveled up, including my former 2 followers who are now heroes, which is Curtis and Shala, the elf spare in the back. Mav leveling up to level 3, along with Packard, both of them at combat plus, or sorry, actually Packard and Mav are both at toughness 4 now, and move 6-3, which is really handy. So they're fast, they're tough. Mav has a combat of plus 2, as well as Bale, the brother, who is the archer there on the right, leveling up to level 2, and gaining a movement 6-3 to go with his combat plus 2. So let's see what's going on in Boar's Hearth. We have to roll for our local events. 63. Got in a fight. Someone in the warband got in a fight with one of the locals. They flattened the yokel, but now the family wants recompense. If you have a friend, you can call on them to speak for you. We do. We have the troubadour. Roll a d6 on a 5-6. That means they're available and can convince the locals. Otherwise, pay d3 marks or forfeit all your campaign activities this campaign turn. So let's see what happens. 5-6. No, we don't get talked out of it. So it's going to be d3 marks. It's going to cost us 2 marks. It's okay. We're flush with cash. So we'll just have somebody work. It's with 15 marks left, and we get to do some actions. We have 6 warband members, so it's d3 for our upkeep. It's going to be 2. But once again, we'll have Packard go and join the watch for a night, meaning we don't have to actually pay that. So we'll just pay the 2 that we had normally. But we are going to recruit the town guard, which pays our upkeep costs. We will now go and do a recruitment action. So it costs a gold. You have 1 or 2 heroes. You can recruit a follower, or pay 2 to recruit a hero. So it's a leadership test. We're in a town, so it'll be a 6+, and we succeed. So our 1 mark adds a follower. What kind of follower we recruit? That's a 6. A brave villager. Here's brave villager. You can tell why he's brave, because he's jacked. He's got his light weapon, but we're going to give him our extra bastard sword, because we have one in equipment. He's also got partial armor from our equipment, because we found some, and that's going to make him relatively tough. Here's why we got in the fight in the bar. So that's our new follower. We're just going to call him the Muscle for now, and he'll get a name once he becomes a hero. With that done, we're now going to go down to this quest giver location just outside of Boar's Hearth. It doesn't require a travel roll, because we're not going anywhere far, and have our quest generated. So we go and speak to this person. The series of tasks, and we have to complete these tasks to make the quest successful. So let's see what the first is. Generate a quest task. So it's a D100 roll to see what the first task is in the quest. 75. Place an unexplored location in the wilderness. Once you've explored it, add the quest location to the same map area. If you find a delve, you only need to clear 1 depth to progress. Put a tower down here sticking out of the forest, and that will be in a new map section back towards the bottom right quadrant, and we'll have to travel to get there. What kind of task are we completing on that quest? 2. Locate an artifact. At the location, fight a site battle scenario. Every time you uncover an exploration marker, roll a d6. If the roll is equal to or below the number of markers you've uncovered so far, you've located the artifact. If the last marker on the table does not reveal the artifact, randomly select an enemy leader that carries it. If all enemy leaders are slain, select any remaining enemy. A fleeing enemy will then drop it. And once you've acquired the artifact, you can retreat safely at any time. Make a travel roll to head out to that unexplored location. Let's see what happens during the roll. 89. That's going to be an obstacle bars the way. Roll in the obstacles table. And what is it? It's a 4. A river crossing. As you cross, you must make an 8+ traveling test. If failed, the warband loses a random backpack item in the river. This is the traveling, so let's see if we make it. We do. Arriving at this point in the woods, we need to now explore and see what it is. On the table, we get a 13. It's an old ruin. Yeah, Wanderer tells you of an old ruin. Crawling with fiends. Resolve a travel encounter and add a delve. We encounter. A 26 is a messenger meeting, so let's see what the meeting says. 92. Special, roll on a subtable. Special is 64. A comrade. The character offers to join you. If you currently have less than 3 heroes, they're a hero, otherwise they're a follower. They have the basic profile and are armed with a standard weapon and light armor. Who's back? A messenger. He's ready to leave messages of throwing grenades. Now we'll just call him the Courier, as Packard Dayne's company has expanded. Quest encounter, you don't use the main threats, you randomly generate one of the 5 other ones that aren't from your campaign. And I rolled up the Ruin Within, which means we're gonna have a desperate mob hold up here. So cultists, foes in this encounter table are often known to local nobility who's eager to have them rid of them. You can claim a gold mark for any leader figures that you kill. And then payment for the mistress. If you are in over your head, you may buy your way out of the battle in the tracking phase. Pay a gold mark per enemy figure still on the table and end the battle immediately. This does not count as defeating the threat, but at least you're able to walk away alive. This tower's in the woods. I have set up a suitable sort of like densely forested area, and that will again make sense as to why line of sight is reduced to 8 inches. It's dark under this canopy of trees. Now there's 8 investigation markers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 by the well over there. Plus 3 to the mob, so that's going to be 7. Let's roll to see what the leadership is. That's going to be 51 is a lieutenant. Lieutenant is parry tough, +1 combat skill, and +1 toughness. The green guys in the group will be a slinger. Our lieutenant, of course, this time around is a slightly weird dude reading some scriptures. So let's see, we have a total of 8, so we'll D8 left to right for setup. So starting with this group of 2, it's gonna be number 8. So the furthest to the right would be over here, next to a weird standing stone. They're just talking to it a little. This group over here, same one, so you have to re-roll. 1, which would be up here in this building. Just have a little party. The green guys in these 2 groups will be slingers. This group as well, the big groups. And then that last group gets a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. They'll be up here near their tower, their cool tower. And we'll arrive over on this side, and we get to make 1 scouting move, which once again, we will have Shala do. She gets to move up 4 to here, and then we roll on this site. The first move's done, site reaction, 76. A passage through. It turns out there's a passage that leads away from this place, at another unexplored location of the map area you're in. Close now, we can see there's another tower in the woods. There's a whole chain of them, maybe. And that is our site reaction, which means we are into round 1. Now remember, in a site battle, these guys, until they get within line of sight of us, 8 inches line of sight, or 2 inches of like an aware figure in sight, then they don't activate. They're just going to go between random undiscovered markers. Trolling, basically. So if we can kill them fast, we don't activate the whole group. It's into round 1. It's an initiative roll for the group. Oh, lots of initiative this turn. So let's go with Sir Dayne. Who else wants to go? Let's say Mav. We'll leave the followers for now, but I do like Curtis going and Bale going, and we'll re-roll for Shala. She still fails, and everyone else is getting a 6, including the 2 new followers, the Muscle and the Courier. Let's go, Sir Dayne. He's going to walk his 6, get within 3 of this marker, and see, is it the treasure? D100 roll! It's a 17. Obstacle, so there's something here that's hard to get through. Basically, it's a huge thicket. There's lots of stuff there, and we'll flip this to say that it's been discovered, but it's difficult ground all around it. Second action then, he's going to go 3, just over to the woods. Mav, she's going to take a walk 6, next to the boss, and then 3 more, just ducking over here. Around the other way. Stand cover. Alright, for Bale, he can walk 6 now, so he will get to here, and he's going to plug this cultist. 3+, because he's in the open. He hits, and he's within 6. Does he overcome the armor automatically? On a toughness of 3, so on a 4+, we don't, but we wound him. So both these cultists will become aware because he's been attacked. Curtis will go. He's going to move up as well. In behind his friend, 4. He's within 8, so he's in long range though, so on a 6 hit with his sling. No, sling's not running ammo. Yeah, so now tracking phase, we start with ranged models. There's no ranged ones over here. So we'll do the ones in the back. And a marker to move towards 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this one. And I'm moving 7 total. It's just down the stairs. Heading this way. The group up top. 1. So just gonna move towards this one. Perfect. Gonna go hang out next to the warm fire in this ruin. These guys come to fight. So making it into combat with the first move. And they fight in exchange. Is fight +2, so he's just gonna roll off and become the attacker. So he'll drive him back an inch, and then they'll fight again. He will crush this guy and wound him and kill him. Conveniently put this guy into melee, and they will fight around a combat as well. Bale with a +3 actually, because Shao's right there. So that's a 0, that's a 3 to a 5, so he becomes the attacker and drives him back. This will push him out of range of his friends, and now he's +2. He wins the fight, overcomes armor automatically, overcomes toughness, and kills him. Well, the elves have successfully eliminated the sentries. Sala's gonna go, and she's gonna walk 4, and then 3, so 4. We'll get her within 3 of this. So let's see what it is. We discover 70. 70 is a trap. An expertise +10 to try and get away from it. Shala, you fool. Nope, she's gonna get hit. What kind of trap is it? 63. A brutal trap. The character's automatically wounded. Gets lightninged by this thing. There's another action, so she'll just walk back 3 towards Lucian, because he can fix that. Which Lucian will walk over and use a strand to attempt to heal. On a 6, he fails. Fool. That means the muscle and the courier can both go. They'll both walk 7, heading over here. Every time we uncover a marker, actually, we have to see if we've uncovered the artifact. Did that thing happen on a 1 or a 2? It did not. So the first one would have been on a 1, now on a 1 or a 2. No, still not. Round 2. Let's roll some initiative. 8 dice. So 2 1s. Does anyone want to have to go first? I think actually the followers might go first. No, they'll wait. We will have Lucian and Curtis go first. Everyone else will roll. Shala does not make it. Bale does actually gain the initiative, and then everyone else will go afterwards in the tracking phase. Lucian's going to go first. He's going to attempt to heal again on a 6-second strand. We get it off this time, so we heal Shala. And then he's going to walk over this way. This will go. He's just going to follow. And then so will Bale. Actually, Bale, this trap's gone, so Bale could just go over here and check this one out. He's going to go 6 with his first move and get within 3 of that one. What do we find? Something cool, no doubt. 66. It's probably another trap. Yeah, plus expertise. He's okay. So the trap just doesn't do anything. And on a 1 to 3, we found the item. Nope, this one is discovered. And so his second move, he's just going to go 3 over to here. Everyone with initiative, so now the groups go. All right, so moving towards us, we'll start with this group over here. They're going to go towards 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So they actually go back up the stairs. Actually, it would be these guys. They're going to go 7 to here. This group goes to 3. So 1, 2, 3. So they keep coming down. This includes the lieutenant. Oh, I missed somebody. You're going that way. You're going down here. Using the stairs. With an 8, and no one's gone next to a marker that's been discovered. Let's send one of the regulars. We're going to walk 4 over to here and trigger this event. What do we find? 77. Guarded stash. You see something glittering in the dark. You found valuables, but they're also well defended. Place a marker at the most distant point of the table the character can draw a line of sight to. Then place 3 more enemy melee troopers within 2 inches of the marker. So more loot over here, and more dudes on the road. 3 rolls on the loot table, oh my god. But let's see... he wants to make another move. He's going to move backwards, actually. And these guys immediately became aware. They didn't, maybe, question mark? No, I'd have been far enough away that I wouldn't become aware of them. But these guys immediately became aware. So then the muscle's going to move up with him. Packard and Mav are going to move up as well. Just to here and to here. We find what we're looking for. We've explored 5 now. No, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. And Shala's going to move 7 over with her brother. It's turn. Everybody's done the tracking phase, and we've stayed out of 8 so that nobody else becomes aware except for this group over here. Turn 3. There we go. I think we're going to go with both Shala and Bale. Sir Dayne and Mav, as well as the muscle and the courier, are going to go slow. And then I think we have we could have Curtis and Lucian both go quickly. So hero phase, we're going to start with Bale, and he's going to walk 6, so they can get this guy within 6 in line of sight, but it will also trigger this event. Let's see what this is. That marker, 68. A trap. See what kind of trap we rolled. 00. Treasure trap. Roll once again this table. Once the trap's been sprung, the character that reaches the marker may make a loot roll immediately. See what kind of trap it was. 73. Brutal. Just automatically wounded. Now you can fire an arrow into this guy on a 3+ in the open. Yep, got him. This is the lieutenant, so it or no, it's actually not the lieutenant. He's over here. Never mind. Just 4+ to beat his toughness. We do. So he just smokes him off the thing. He teleports over here because we needed a 3rd bad guy. Makes Lucian's job real easy. He's going to walk over here and attempt another heal. Just get within 8 so he can see. And then his last... Oh no, he can't go that way. Because this is difficult. This is all difficult. He can only move 2, basically. I think he'll still make it. As long as he's within 8. Yeah, he's good. Okay, so then it's a 6+ to get that injury off of Bale. He does! Boxcars it. Shala can go. Now she's going to get 4 inches over to here. And she'll be within 8, but not within 6. No, so she's going to fire arrow on a 5+ because it's long range in the open. No, it means it's just Curtis who can move up. He's going to, I guess, go his 4 to here. And then just wait with the monk. All right, so we'll do the werewolf models first. So these guys are going to come piling out. And they will attempt to maintain cover. But they're going to cost them an inch. So they'll go 4 with the first one. And then the closest model is actually over here. So they're going to go 3, 4, 5 this way. And they won't be able to maintain cover and still get close, so they both just stay an inch away. Can't dash into combat. This is their boss. These guys will then activate. They're not aware yet. Go towards 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to head up here. And then into the building. Group 5 is going to come down and around the corner because they're going to head towards this one, which has been discovered, by the way. And I just realized I need to roll and see if we've actually found our item. We sure have, which means we can leave. That's also a treasure item, so we have to get into contact with it. It's a sling, actually, so he stops here and attempts a shot on a 3. And hits. Partial armor, so a 1 or 2. It beats his armor, and then beats his toughness. He's out. Did not beat his armor. He is stunned because it's a sling, which means it's -1. His armor 1 or 2 goes to 1, 2, or 3. So he actually passed that armor roll, but he's going to become stunned. Where my slings are at, because that guy would have slung instead of gone. Remaining models, let's go with Packard and Mav. We'll start with Mav. She's going to go fight this guy. He is fight +2. Get the gang up bonus, though. So he'll be +1. Actually, if she goes to here, she'll get it as well. And that's going to be a 7 to a 3, which means she loses and becomes the defender. That's going to push her back to there. Tries again. She wins this time, which means she'll push him back that way and go back to where they were. Final engagement. He wins one more time, and they separate. Dayne's going to go. He's going to come fighting over here. Inch move. He'll attack and win. It's +1 for that lieutenant versus his +2. For having a friend. Actually, it's +2 as well, but he's 1 ahead, so he still wins. Beat the armor on a 2, because the guy's got some armor. He's a lieutenant, and then on a 4+, goes to 5+. No, so he just wins him. And he'll drive him back, which means neither one has support now. Dayne is +1 to that guy is +0 now, because he's wounded. And he wins, so he gets driven back now and becomes the attacker. +2 for a friend. He's at +1 now for having a friend. And so Dayne wins. And they separate. The muscle and the courier left. So we're going with the courier. He's going to fight this dude. +1, because he's got a friend there. And so will the dude. So the dude wins. The bandit, rather. Drives him back. The courier still getting a +1. The bandit no longer getting it. He wins with a +2. And drives him back. And they fight one more time. The courier loses again, and is driven back, and they separate. So we'll try and instead +1 to +0, or +1 +1. They tie, and the combat just ends in a draw. Round 4. Well, we found the item, which means we can leave. But I do want to get that loot over there, as well as the 3 loot over here. Make an initiative roll and see who we can discover. Everyone fails. I guess Sir Dayne could pass, and we could re-roll a bunch of these. So we'll re-roll Bales. No, he still fails. Re-roll Shala's. She also fails. So it's everybody except for... It's just Dayne. Horde of Cultists is going to be activated now and comes screaming out. They're within 2 of an aware model. Yeah, it's going to get spicy. Oh, wait. Did we kill anybody? We actually forgot to make... I killed 2. I forgot to make... No. Yes, 1 less guy would be here. So we'll just remove 1 of these reinforcement guys. I did kill 2 guys over here, which means I had to make 2 morale checks, which I forgot for. So let's just start with Sir Dayne. He's just going to go try and kill this lieutenant. +2. And he wins. With +1 for his friend. And then does he beat armor? He does. Does he not roll a 1 to wound? He does, and he kills the lieutenant. Extra VP for Sir Dayne after all this. And now they all activate, starting with this guy with a sling, who's immediately going to sling Sir Dayne. In the open. He does. Now Sir Dayne is wearing a shield, which will give him an extra 1 against ranged attacks. And he's got partial armor, so that's going to be a 3, and then it's a sling. So it's basically on a 1 to 4, he's okay. He's fine. Well, the fact is it didn't tie his armor, so he's not even stunned. I mean, it's a rock. Look at that guy. And then he's going to move his 2 over to here and take a shot. I keep forgetting it's half move. I should actually have a guy still up here. Because it's a half move and they walk down this way. It's a half move to shoot, not a full move. She missed, but he actually hit somebody, and he wouldn't have been able to fire. I always forget they have to go slow if they want to shoot. So we're on to active models, aware models. Actually, unaware models first. So, becomes aware. Unaware over here, so actually becomes aware, becomes aware, becomes aware. They all chain out, basically. Go close to closest. I think the closest is still going to be him, because it's the guy he fought last time. So +0 to +1. So they tie, and the combat just immediately ends. To fight Sir Dayne, who will be +2 against his +0. Sir Dayne wins, becomes the attacker, and drives him back, but he'll lose his +1. And he then loses and gets pushed back. And the final fight... he will win and the combat will end. The sling guy. I forgot. It would have been him coming to fight me that did all that, and then they would have the combat end. So then he will move 4 and then stay out of combat because he can't dash into combat. He'll do the same. And he'll do the same. Time to party. We're going to move 2. Sling that guy with Curtis on a 3. He hits. On a 1, he gets free kind of armor from this. Nope, because it's a stone. And then on a 4+. No, Curtis just wounds him. So he's wounded. Just moving up to here so you can get within 6. We'll fire a shot into the wounded guy. Bale, moving half this time, hits, and then automatically overcomes armor and takes him out. Shala is just going to stand still. She's going to hit on a 5 because he's in cover, but he's within 8. She does. He overcomes his armor and then takes him out. That's him. We're in a good shoot, so we'll start doing some combats. We'll start with you. You're going to pile into this guy. You've got a fight +1 right now because you have friends outnumbering, and you win. You automatically overcome his armor, and then you have a 4+ to kill. Nope, just stunning. All right, so then he's pushed backwards though. He's still fight +0. You get to fight again. You wound him. You don't. He becomes the attacker, pushes you back, and follows up. And then you lose the fight, and he beats your armor. And he knocks you out. Avenge him! The muscle getting beat down by a stunned guy. So the courier hits, automatically beats his armor and wounds him, then pushes him back an inch and follows up, tries again with a second engagement. He ties because they are getting supporting dice and the combat ends. I was going to go into here at +3 to +1 now. So she gets a 5 to a 5 and the combat just ends. Because they both had support. It's just Lucian, who will move 2 out and then over with Curtis. All right then, turn 5. We lost somebody. We lost the muscle, the new recruit. Initiative roll. Oh, it's looking like it's going to be pretty good. Let's go with the shooters and Curtis. And I don't know, let's say the courier. Everyone else will go afterwards. Still, he'll hit on a 4. He's with an 8, so he's just going to take a shot with his bow. He hits. His combat bonus because he's sitting still, and he is with an 8, so that's going to be a +0 for armor, so he doesn't have to roll an armor roll, and then on a 4+, no, he just wounds him. Now she'll have to move her 4 Otherwise, she won't be able to see. I don't know if she gets... Oh, she can't move 4 and shoot, though. So she's going to move this far. She'll be with an 8 still. Yes. Just. So it's on a 6 to hit. She does! Maybe to 1. Tag team. Finishes them off. We lost 3 last turn. I need to make some morale checks. 2 ran. So these back 2 guys are gone. It's Curtis. He'll move his 2. And then try and put a sling into him. We do! And then it's on a... He gets an armor roll this time because it's a sling. Just bounces off his armor, but it stuns him because it ties it. It's just the courier fighting, and he'll dive in at +1 because he's got a friend. And he'll lose and get driven back an inch. It'll be +1 again. So he loses again. The fight overcomes his armor and knocks him out. Both my new followers. Yeah, they're ready. They're ready uniform Star Trek cast members. So then it's just these active models. There's no shooters left, so this one's going to engage with follow-up from a friend. Fighting Sir Dayne, who has +1 from a friend as well. So it'll be +1 and +2. So that's a 6 to a 7. So Dayne wins, drives him back, follows up, loses his bonus. They both do. He wins with his basic +1 and destroys him. He'll come fight as well into Sir Dayne. +0 to +1. He is stunned, however, so Dayne gets +2, which is a 4 to a 2, or sorry, a 3 to a 2, which actually wins the fight and makes him the attacker. So he'll drive him back an inch and follow up. +2 to +0. He wins, overcomes the armor automatically, and kills him. That makes everything real easy. We're going to just have the remaining models activate, starting with Sir Dayne. He's going to walk his 9 over this and get D3 loot rolls at the end of the game. 3 loot rolls. She's gonna go 3, 5, and then she'll have 4 left, so it's just gonna be 2 more into here. She's gonna follow her. Turn, we grab this treasure, and we use the remaining couple turns to leave. Core away team definitely made it, but the red shirts didn't. So I have to make some injury rolls for everybody else, but we have completed the quest because we secured the artifact that we were looking for over there. And we get 4 treasure rolls. Immediate, but it doesn't really matter. We'll just make it first. We held the field, so we get 5 treasure rolls at the end of all this. No adventure points, because we did not do any of these things. Oh no, we get 1, because we killed a lieutenant. We're get back to actually battling a threat. We have lots of adventure points to eliminate locations. Check for some injuries, starting with the muscle. All right, muscle, did you live? 84. That's a full recovery, just knocked out. You're good. And then the courier that we met in the woods. 24, that's not good. Seriously injured. B6 picked a higher result for how many games you missed. 5 games. Beat right up at the end there. We held the field, so everyone's going to get 2 experience, 3 for Packard, because he managed to kill the enemy leader this time. Neither follower gets to make an advancement roll, because they're both off the table at the end of the game. But Lucian leveled up. Let's see what happens. He's a mystic. That's a 16. So for a mystic character, let's select a skill. I sure would love some traveling stuff, I think. Yeah. Traveling and scouting, so traveling +2. He really likes his walking stick. 5 loot rolls to make. The first one, 83, is a consumable. We found 77 Springwind berries. 2, 66 tools, and 93. That's going to be Thief's Tools. Handy for one of our scouts. Number 3, 29. Weapon. What kind of weapon? 39. Improved Bastard Sword. What kind? Say 3. Which is fine. Dayne will just claim that immediately. Number 4, 2. Valuables. What kind of valuables? We do like money. 94 tapestries for D6 gold. Just 1. Final roll. These cultists have a 19, which is weapons again. What kind of weapon? 23 is a fine self. I'll just put that right on you. So Bale now has a fine self bow. Extra leader gold too for having killed this cult leader, and our D6 for the mission is 6, so we get 8 extra gold. See what happens when we hold the field. This was a sight battle, so what happens? 46, which down here is an excellent weapon gets found. Kind of excellent weapon, D6. It's a 3, a longbow. You're gonna get the longbow and you're gonna get the fine self bow. We settle into our location. We're gonna camp in the woods, I guess, in this old decrepit tower that we've murdered everyone in. And now just a news of the world roll. And the news is 91. That's probably important. A virulent disease is spread. Randomly select a settlement. You cannot visit it next campaign turn. If you're currently in the settlement, you must camp instead. D4 down on 1. So that means that Riverhome is succumbing to an outbreak of disease. Here idly tells us that while we're setting all of his bones back together. So we have to roll to see if this was the first stage of our quest. Do we roll below? So we have a quest success rate of 1. If we roll equal to or less than our steps, then we get another one. No. Our next quest location is going to be for our next task, 42. Place a new location in the wilderness. So we're going to put it over here on the southeast or southwest side of the map. Another tower in the woods. This is clearly some form of ancient defensive perimeter. We have to roll to see who's actually encamped in it once we actually arrive there, and it won't be one of the threats we've currently faced. So there we go at the end of the adventure. Packard, Dayne, and his crew managing to complete the first step of their quest and empty one of apparently a series of ancient watchtowers of the strange cultists that were encamped inside. So thanks for watching. We'll see you for more 5 Leagues from the Borderlands. Still on a mash. Have a great night. Hey there, I hope you enjoyed that video. There are tons of other games already recorded for you to watch. Click over to my channel page if you haven't already, and have a look through the dozens of playlists full of videos. I guarantee you'll discover a game you haven't seen played before. I put out new videos 7 days a week, and every day is themed to a different genre as I continue to explore the wider world of gaming. Of course, none of that's possible without you, the viewer, so click a like and subscribe if you'd like to stay on top of what's happening here daily. My 2 kids and I are massively grateful to be able to have the flexibility of this job so I can always maximize my time with them. If you want to support me continuing to put out this content, it's only possible because of my amazing backers on Patreon who support the studio, equipment, and model cost, as well as being how I make the bulk of my living. You can also help out by buying a t-shirt through Spreadshirt, a measuring gauge or widget from Death Ray Designs, or buying one of my games and supplements like Last Days, Gamma Wolves, and Blaster. As a way of showing my appreciation, patrons get early access to new games and supplements that I write throughout the course of the year. Huge thanks for watching, it really does help out, and happy gaming.